Hey guys, what's going on? Educated Rebel here. Don't really have all that much. Just I guess a couple updates for the channel, updates for me. Blah blah blah. So basically, I was going to do a video that was going to go with my last video about the new release on the Pokemon cards, the Chilling Reign. How if everyone's complaint in the community is that no one can find product in retail stores, then my suggestion, which is a lot of people's suggestion, would be don't buy the scalper prices, don't buy aftermarket prices during a new release and immediately after a new release, or even a month or two after a new release, maybe 3. And I was going to, with that and some other information, try to start this whole movement or whatever. And I was going to make a professional video for it, although obviously this is not it, and I'm uploading very late, and it's still not it. But I'm off to the second job right now. I just increased my hours at the second job at the time of all that a couple weeks ago, so I'm really just strapped on time. Very, very, very strapped on time. So, but I'll get something out. I'm also I haven't made a breakdown video yet, and I probably won't for a while, but getting my finances in order and really thinking about the credit card debt I just put myself in. And what I'm thinking is so I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment in a city outside of Boston right now. I moved out of the parents' house about 7 months ago. I live on my own, and I don't get any assistance from, financial assistance from any means. Official, unofficial, family, friends, government, none of that. And, but I only break even for the most part when it comes to bills. When it comes to paying all my bills, especially because I got myself, like I said, in a bunch of credit card debt, I can just about break even and save a tiny, tiny little bit, but not really save anything. And, moving out, I wanted to spend 2 to 3 years saving and building my credit score through a lot of ways. And I'm at a stalemate and a halt right now and a stoppage because I can't do any of that. And I'm just a sitting duck where I am, not making any of the progress I set forth to make. So, what I'm thinking about, I've been doing a lot of research. I actually committed to doing this before I joined I guess I found the main 3 Facebook groups on the topic. But if you guys are familiar with van life or hashtag van life, essentially just for a variety of reasons, people will decide to either spend long periods, either spend weekends or kind of 1 week a month or weekends or what have you, or just permanently people will decide to live in or live out of vans. And there's different segments of this that are all I've been figuring out that are the same sort of community, but I'm not even talking like a camper van or like a van that you're supposed to be living in. Kind of talking about what I call them is work vans, basically company vans, or hey, there's one over there. It's orange, not white, but basically vans like that. I'm in traffic. Okay. Hang on. So, and living out of things like those. So, of course, there's newer models, different colors, different lengths, different brands, whatever. But basically, long story short is I'm thinking about, and when I say I'm thinking about, I mean there will be much more research to do, and there will be much of talking to family members and saying, hey, fuck off. Oh, excuse me, I try not to swear, at least for now. Now, I mean, we all know how these things work, If someone comes out as, gay or transgender, or even some families, if they come out they want to join the military, or you're the son or daughter, they want to become a police officer. Things of that nature, when you tell your parents and your family, sometimes for some people, or a lot of people, or most people, can be hard, right? So I'm not doing any of that. I regret not joining the military in the U.S., but I'm not doing any of that. But what I am doing is I'm pretty much committed to, about this September, I want to start a van life journey, and I want to do it only to pay off my credit cards. Now, I have around $16,000 in credit card debt I've accumulated for myself. My goal is to get that debt all the way down to zero as quick as I physically can. And now, I reached out to family at some point. I said, hey, I have these ideas on how to do this. Turnaround times would be 3 months, Everything would be nice and legal, no shady business like me and mad sus. But, I had some ideas, but no one wanted to do it, obviously, because who would want to do that? That makes sense. But, you know what? I got nobody that's a crazy big baller that can help me out through, getting a loan, have me pay my stuff off, and then me paying their stuff off after, and switching it over to a personal loan. So, what am I going to do, right? So, I've already decided, as I know it's going to come up, debt consolidation is not an option for me. Closing even one of the cards is not an option for me. I know this actually seems crazy, but out of the few things I'm going to let myself collect, because I won't really let myself collect things because it costs money, but I am a collector. So I'm going to collect credit cards if I can. Anyway, this being said, I never plan on maxing them out once I get these down to zero. I never plan on using them like that, because you can either let credit cards hurt you or let them be the best thing in your life out of literally everything in your life. So, I know I'm babbling on, jumping around, 7 minutes in. I do that all the time. But essentially, what the plan for me is, because right now we're in April. It's April 21st, I believe, 2021. So my plan is around September, when my 1-year lease is up at my 1-bedroom apartment. My plan is that's when I'll start the van life journey. Now, basically already started now. So what I'm gonna do is, I've been doing a bunch of research. I've done research to the point where, before I joined the 3 Facebook groups on the topic of van life, I gathered questions for myself, things I could think of that are important if someone's trying to live out of a van for 6 to 8 months in my environment. And then what I did was I took a 3-week period to let everyone know that I had this idea as an avenue to pay the cards down. And I took everybody's advice. And I took everybody's advice. It's friends, family, and coworkers. And what I did was I took all of their questions they had for me, and I started to answer them. And the funny thing about it is that you can answer most of them. So the hardest question I've found, especially in my environment, in my surroundings, in my setting, is what are you going to do with the safety hazard that is someone potentially breaking into the van in the middle of the night while you're sleeping in it? Now, aside from just taking that friggin' risk and just being a man and taking that risk, and I understand there's a difference between being a man and being realistic and being safe. And I'm not about that. I'm the biggest pansy you'll ever meet in your life. But, thing is like, that's the one question I can't answer completely. But I can flash my lights at this guy in front of me, but he's old. So I give him the benefit of the doubt. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. The other guy in the other lane was awful anyway. He didn't go until 4 seconds more than the guy in front of me. I'm driving. But anyway, so, sorry to get off topic there. Where was I? Bloggy. Alright. No, that's really about it. Just, I guess, kind of a little announcement that got myself into some credit card debt. Never plan on doing it again. But I want these credit cards not to just not hurt me anymore and get on with my life, and save hundreds of dollars a month with them being paid to zero, I want them to also help me. And I know how to use them to help me. I did that for a solid 3 to 4 months, having all 8 of them, yes, 8 of them, at a particular point in time when I had them at first. So, long story short, I know it's actually a gigantic community now that I see. It's been around for quite some time, van life, and it's really big. And there's different segments of the community. People do it for different reasons, different time frames, different builds. They call them builds. My van build. Oh, here's my build, right? Because they put a lot of additions and work into these things. It's like a PC build, like a computer build, so to speak. So my build, especially with my environment, it's going to be extremely bare bones, although this is all going to happen in the Massachusetts winter. So, with that being said, there are some things I need to consider and get established and crank out. I plan on getting the van either 1 month or a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Anywhere from 1 to 2 months before I start. So 1 to 2 months before September, I'll have the van itself in my possession, and I'll get rid of the SUV that I have currently. Hopefully I still have this SUV by that time. It's been doing good so far, but anyway. So much more to come on that, much more organized official videos to come on that, but for the 1% of people that watch my stuff as of right now, I'm going to just shoot this out there to you guys, or maybe I become famous one day so someone's watching this like 300 years after I die or something. But anyway, so there's that. I'm almost at the second job now. I might make some more videos just talking out of my butt while I'm sitting, because I got nothing else to do, and I'm not that tired. I've been getting a little bit more sleep than usual. Staying on the phone all night, not getting no sleep. That's bad, but I've been steering away from that this past 2 weeks somehow. So, yeah, that's it for this video. My next video is most likely going to be about my van life journey. So, like I said, it's April 21st right now, 2021. I'm not going to start this until September-ish, I believe. So I need to confirm my lease. It's either September 1st or October 1st or something, but I've been saying September, but alright, so that's about it. Catch you guys later. Bye.